Hello, how's it going? Hmm, why won't let me go live? Bizarre. Go live. Okay. Hi, how's it going? Hello, thanks for joining the live. So, I am Jessica Young, your bikini body expert, and I'm back for another weekly Monday Motivation Bikini Boost. So, thanks for joining. Hi, Pedro. So, yeah, as you can tell, it's rainy today. So, when it's rainy and when it's cold, obviously it's not cold because I'm wearing my swimsuit right now. But, when it's cold, when it's rainy, you kind of don't really want to move, right? You just want to sit down and hunker down and, like, right? Especially now that in Northern California there's that cold front going on. And, oh man. um, yeah. It was pretty cold, 40s in the evening, and oh man, it's like when it's freezing cold, it's like I just don't even want to do anything, don't want to work out, don't want to just I want to drink hot creamy stuff and just like like I just want to curl up in my bed and just go, "Oh no, it's cold. I don't want to move. I don't want to do anything. Don't look at me." Um yeah, so same with you, kind of yes, no. Um, yeah, so that is kind of the basis of my talk for you today. Uh, when you're cold, or anytime, when you're not feeling it, there is something called NEAT. So I don't remember the exact words that it stands for, but it's basically non-exercise activity time, something like that. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not correct, if you know the right thing, then comment below, let me know. But basically, the gist of it is the time that you spend not working out, you could be doing stuff. You could be active, you could be walking around, cleaning the house. Yeah, right. I hate cleaning the house. That's like last thing that I want to do. um, Yeah, so when you're not specifically working out, so like if you're in the gym or even if you're working out on your yoga mat at home, you're doing your booty blasters, you're doing your delt press, right? That kind of thing. You're lifting up your baby because they're 30, 40, 50 pounds. That's a lot. Babies get really heavy really fast, working your biceps and your shoulders, your front shoulders, your front delts a lot, you know when you're not actively working out and doing sets, doing repetitions with a weight or with a band, exercise bands, I love those bands. Everything else throughout your day is called NEAT. So NEAT, right? Now, when I had a question asked earlier, if I am not can I still lose weight if I'm not working out? So that is kind of a yes and a no. It's a possibly answer. And the reason why I say that is because if your NEAT, your non-exercise activity time, if your NEAT is really high, so I've had some clients that walk, their entire week is in the hundreds, over 100,000 steps per week, or over 20, 30,000 steps per day. I mean, that's a lot, for not working out. Yes, you could lose weight, but if you're not strength training, you could also be losing muscle. If you're not eating enough protein, if you're if you're not sustaining your body, if you're not sustaining life, so to speak, then you could be taking away from the gains, the muscle gains that you work so hard for in the gym or at home. You put so much time and energy and effort and sweat and blood and tears into achieving your bikini body, that if you're not eating enough protein, if you're not drinking enough water, I love my water, then the NEAT that you could be doing may be taking away from what you're trying to accomplish, if that makes any sense. So comment below if that just was totally kind of crazy, loopy sounding, but yeah, so go away. Ooh. Whee. Yeah, so on the flip side, you could be, I've had clients, on the flip side, I've had clients who do a lot of cardio, more cardio than they should be doing. Ladies, follow the program. If you follow the program, you shouldn't have to be doing hours and hours and hours of cardio every single week. If you go off on a tangent, I can only help you so much. I can't force feed you. I can't tell you to not do this or to do this, or, I could, but ultimately it comes down to you, what you're ultimately doing. So now, where am I going with that? I have had clients that do really hard, intense cardio. So that is the most effective way to lose the fat in the most stubborn areas. So we all know the love handles, the what do you call it? Saddlebags, the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The inner thighs, the outer thighs, the under the butt kind of stuff. Yeah. So if you do HIIT cardio, then it will be easier to target the fat and kind of like squeeze it out of those muscle fibers. Excuse me, my hair's getting caught in my mouth. So, hello, thanks for joining the live. Mwah, mwah. Okay, so now, if you do your HIIT cardio and the rest of the day, you're tired because you worked out really hard, you should be working out really hard, really intense, maybe not really heavy weights for what we're trying to achieve with bikini, right? But for figure, physique, for men's bodybuilding, all the other stuff, yes, you do need to lift heavy. But for bikini, in a lot of things, you don't need to lift really heavy in order to achieve the effect that we're going for. Okay? So now, if you do really intense cardio, you're doing your strength training, and then the rest of the day you're just sitting down on your butt doing nothing, getting no steps in, you may or may not lose weight if that's the number that you're going for, as opposed to body fat. I would prefer you lose body fat instead of weight. Okay? Now, you may or may not lose body fat depending upon how much you eat. So remember, going back to what I said earlier, it's calories in, calories out. If you have more calories going in and your NEAT is really low and you did like 15-20 minutes of cardio and you didn't really do your strength training exercises today, or not to the intensity that you should have been doing, ladies, then I can't guarantee that you're going to lose weight. All right? So just being blatantly honest there. Uh, so that's my kind of long-winded answer to that. So now I would like to yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yes. So yes. Okay. So thanks for the question, Anna. Now gaining muscle. What if you're gaining muscle? Okay, so if you are gaining muscle, now are you talking about are you gaining weight? Um, or are you able to track your body composition? And that's a good question, by the way. Okay, so you want to gain weight but not fat. Okay. So, yes. So that is possible. You can gain lean weight. You can lean bulk. I'll get into that in just a second. Without gaining much fat. Now, anytime you do go up in weight, you may gain a little bit of fat. So if you want to prevent gaining too much fat, I would keep your cardio up. So, health wise. So, do cardio 2 to 3 times a week, 20 to 30 minutes. And that's all you really need to be doing for health. Now, if you are lean bulking, so now I don't believe in bulking. I did before, and I have done that, and it has been hell to get off the weight. And do you remember I was saying earlier I went up in weight, I went down in weight, I went up in weight, I went down in weight. Like I did all of that. Oh yeah. So yeah, so I do not believe in bulking per se for bikini anymore. Now, okay, so now lean gaining, lean lean bulking. Yeah, I know. Probably should stop saying the word bulking, but lean gain. Okay. So now, in order to lean gain, for women can gain, say, I don't remember the exact numbers, but about, say, a pound of muscle every 45 days. I believe that's what it was. So it's every 45 days. Don't quote me on that. I need to do my research again. need to look it up, and I'll comment that below just to make sure that I'm giving you the right information. So say you're gaining 1 pound of muscle, not just fat or anything else, but like actual muscle per 45 days. So if you are bulking like a bodybuilder, you know how they can gain 2, 3, 4 pounds a week and not really gain that much fat, kind of, sort of. We ladies, since we're obviously a lot shorter than most men, and we have a lot less muscle mass, muscle density than most men, if we are gaining the same amount, 2 to 3 pounds or whatever per week. Now, okay, so give me just a minute. I know, I apologize for hearing the typing going on. Okay, so say it's 455 grams divided by 45 days. So that's 10 grams per day. Sorry, I calculate things in grams more than pounds, but say that's like an ounce. Okay, I'm bad at math. That's why I love my calculators and my spreadsheets, Oh yeah, they save me a lot because, oh man. Yeah. Um, okay, so say you gain 10 grams of muscle per day. Yeah, okay, so I need to convert that for you. I'm sorry. Give me just a minute. Gram to ounces. Oops. 10 grams, not 10 ounces. Okay, so that is about a third of an ounce per day for muscle. Oh yeah, you're probably in the same boat as me, huh? I love my calculators. I mean, at least I know what numbers to calculate. Okay, so that's approximately we can gain approximately a third of an ounce of muscle mass per day if we're really pounding it hard. You know, if we're really working the booty muscles, we're really working the shoulder muscles, we're working the arms, our little skinny noodles, right? Uh, yeah. So now, any more than a third of an ounce per day gained will be fat. So, I mean, give or take, you know, every body is different. Every body is different. So, third, two. So that's like 2 1/3 ounces per week, something like that, of muscle. So that's not really much. So, you know, like if you divide a pound, like say you're gaining a pound every single week, or you're gaining 2 pounds every single week, because hey, let's be honest, the holidays. You know, I mean, we all kind of maybe did that. So if you were not working out and you were gaining 2 to 3 pounds a week, I'm sorry to say that's probably water weight, a lot of water weight, and it's probably some fat. It's just human nature. It's our physiology. It's how we're built. You know, so if you maintain eating a pretty good diet. Now, I don't want to say diet because, ooh, diet, you know, um, flexible eating. I'll just call it that. If you maintain good, healthy, whole food, flexible eating, and you're not going all hog wild with sweets and alcohol every night, and I don't know what else people eat, chips and salsa all day long. um, then hopefully that is going to be muscle. Some of it is going to be muscle gained as opposed to all fat. So I hope that answered your question. But that's a good question. I'm gonna look up those numbers for you just to make sure that I have everything on the up and up, and I'm not telling you guys a lie. We got to be in full integrity here. Yeah? So, yeah. So, if you lean gain, you gain a little bit of weight every single week, or you maintain pretty much. You know, say your maintenance calories is 1,600 calories per week. Then any more than that, and you can expect that your body most likely will be gaining something. Maybe gaining some fat, maybe gaining some muscle. If you're working out really hard, chances are you are gaining some muscle. What if you're thin and want to gain muscle mass? That's a good question. Work out really hard. Work out really hard, and you have really good genetics, because I'm super jealous. Yeah, I'm naturally not thin. I'm naturally an endomorph. Oh God, I'm an endomorph, dude. And it is hard. So when I lose the weight, I have to keep it off pretty much for the most part. Otherwise, once I gain it back, it is really hard for me to get it off again. So when I'm prepping, I just have to stay there and so that's kind of a good example for you. Just I don't really gain that much weight anymore. Now, over the holidays, this past holiday, yeah, I did gain some weight because it was the first Christmas with my family in like 3 years. So, yeah, it was fun. It was awesome. It was freezing cold. um, but I definitely ate a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have eaten. Yeah, so anyways, going back to what I was saying. So I would encourage you to gain weight slowly and to work really hard. So you don't necessarily need to take a day of rest. Now, yes, you do. No, let me clarify that. Okay, so each body part does need to rest. However, when you're resting one body part, another body part could be working out. Yeah? So, like, today was my booty push day. Love booty push day. But I hate the quads. Absolutely hate it because it burns so bad. And yeah, anyways. So, while I'm working my butt today, I'm resting my shoulders for the most part. I mean, they are helping a little bit because I have to hold the bar still, or you have to do some things with your arms, but for the most part, your arms are resting. So tomorrow will be my shoulders push day. So everything that's pushing away from your core. So you can work your chest a little bit. You can work your triceps, your shoulders. You should be working your shoulders every time you work your upper body in order to build the top part of your hourglass figure. Excuse me. In order to build the upper part of your hourglass figure to maximize your bikini shape, your sexy little bikini body. How many calories do I have to eat? So that's a good question. Everybody is different, honestly. So actually send me a message after this and I can calculate it for you pretty closely. But for the most part, it's... Okay, let me go back to this. Hello, thank you for joining. Okay. So, lucky for you, I have my spreadsheet. Okay, so how many calories should you be eating? So I cannot answer that unless I do a deep dive scientifically into your body specifically. Excuse me, just a second. Okay, so that all depends on your basal metabolic rate. So if your body is at rest, like if you're laying down for the entire day, you're not eating, not drinking, not doing anything, not moving, not breathing, not whatever, that is the number of calories that your body will burn throughout the day is your basal metabolic rate. So that obviously varies for everybody. Stop it. But anyways, there's this whole long mathematical equation that includes how heavy you are, how tall you are, how old you are, how long you've been working out. Okay, so there's a lot of activity multipliers. So like, are you sedentary? Do you work out a little bit? Do you move a lot? Are you like a marathon runner and your activity level is just like way out the roof? Definitely not me. So all of that will play into the whole equation to give you your target daily calorie intake. So how many calories you should be eating. And so if your goal also is to manipulate your fat and lose a little bit of weight, or to lean bulk, not bulk, but lean bulk, lean, little bit of lean, little tiny baby lean, or if you want to stay the same, which it is possible to still build muscle and stay the same. So everything, not trying to make it all confusing or anything, but all of that will play into how many calories approximately you should be eating every single day. Now, it will also be different depending on what you're doing that day. So, say today's cardio day, you're burning way more calories than you would tomorrow, because tomorrow's your rest day and you're not doing strength training or cardio. So any excess calories that you're eating, unless your body needs it to build the muscle that you broke down during your workouts today, those calories will be turned into fat. So that's a whole long, complicated process in and of itself also. So I hope that was okay. 1964, 1203. You're eating 1,200 calories? Wait. Is that what I'm reading right? So born in... I usually try to eat more than 1,600 because it's hard for me to gain. Okay, yeah. So if you are tracking your calories to the T, now, I mean, don't obsess over your calories, but if you're tracking, like, say this morning you ate 3 whole eggs and you ate, a cup of oats and you ate 2 cups of vegetables or something, you can factor in all of those calories, all of the carbs, the fat, the protein, the total amount of calories. And if you, so I would do that. I would actually write down for a week. You don't have to do it long term, because I tend to do that, and I get carried away with it, and then I get stressed out, and then I stop doing it. So don't do that. So in order to get your average calories, I would track how many calories you're eating throughout the entire day. So everything, be completely honest with yourself. Nobody's going to see these numbers except you and maybe me if you decide to share it with me, but like if you're packing your children's lunch and you have a little taste of the strawberry jam or something like that, that's calories. If you are prepping dinner and you're baking bread or something, and you're tasting it to see if it has enough butter or enough salt, or do you think my husband will like this or not, all of those little tiny calories will add up. So I would track for a week throughout your entire day how much water you're drinking, how many calories you're eating, what the calories break down to. So the carbs, the protein, the fats, alcohol, that does count. So I would track that for a week, and also write down what you did every single day. So like, for instance, this morning I took a 30-minute walk on the beach at high tide, and it was soft sand and it was going like this, right? And then I did a glutes push workout, and my workout lasted for 35 minutes. And I cleaned the house, hate cleaning the house, and took another walk on the beach this afternoon, and it was 15 minutes, and just track like how many what your exercise time is. Now, you won't be able to get an exact amount of calories burned. Hello, thanks for joining. Good to see you. So, yeah. So now you won't be able to determine exactly how many calories you're burning, but you could get an approximation of what you actually are doing. And make sure that's an average. So if this week was an exception and you were super active, and you're not normally active, then that you probably shouldn't factor that in, you know? But anyways, so going back to, so say you're eating 1,600 calories and you're estimating that you're working out 4 hours total per week, including 1 hour of cardio, or plus 1 hour of cardio. So total of 5 hours of workout. And you wrote down that your NEAT was average, kind of did the normal stuff, and you noted you're tracking your weight and your body fat, hopefully, every single day, and you notice that your weight kind of is trending down. Then that's how you know if you want to lean gain, then you know that you need to eat a little bit more or move a little bit less, or if you notice that maybe you are gaining a little bit of weight, but your body fat is kind of not going in the right direction, then maybe level out the calories, or maybe do less cardio and more strength training. So there are ways to kind of fiddle with the numbers. Yes, thank you, Renato. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so I hope that answered the question, Jay. And Charles, okay, so 1964, I'm assuming you mean 1,200 calories. So, like I was saying earlier, if you're really tall or really short, if you weigh a lot or weigh a little, if you're sedentary or if you're very active, there's a lot of factors that come into play with how many calories you should be eating every single day. So yeah, great question. Thank you. And yeah, so if are there any other questions? Otherwise, we're gonna sign off for today. I usually eat more calories and do more strength training and do like 30 minutes of cardio. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's good. That's good. Yeah, and so I mean, if you are doing everything kind of normal. Wow, that was bad. Okay, go back. If that is your average day or your average week, and you're doing everything exactly the same, and you don't see a change in your weight, then I would change up some things. And I wouldn't do it every single day, because as women, our weight does naturally fluctuate up and down, up and down, up and down. Even me. I mean, even if I eat the same thing every single day, and and I'm pretty consistent with my workouts. So if I work out every single day and I do the same thing, and your body will just always be different. And it's not always going to be one direction. So like if you take a look at my spreadsheet of my weight and my body fat and everything, my measurements, all of my measurements actually, like all of my circumferences and everything, it always changes. So I would go by a weekly measurement. So I mean, I would track it every single day, and just take like a 7-day average. Like, say the beginning of the week you're 119, the end of the week you're 120, and on average, all of them come down to 119 and a half. So then that would be your weekly average weight. And then the next week, maybe you're 120, and then you went down to 119 again. So again, your weekly average would be 119 and a half. So you maintained, even though every single day you fluctuated up and down. So yeah, the best time to take your measurements and everything is when you first wake up, drink a liter of water, wait, let it come out, wait about an hour or so, and then take your measurements. Yeah. Thank you. What's the most exciting competition you've participated in, and why choose that one? Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so, well, the most exciting competition that I have not participated in yet is the Arnold. That is what I'm going for. You can hold me accountable to that. So, I am aiming for the NPC/IFBB, so one or the other. They're kind of the same thing. It's a whole story, but I'm aiming for the Arnold of 2025. So, oh yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so the reason why is because my goal is to compete on stage and afterwards shake Arnold Schwarzenegger's hand, because he has been a huge influence in my life. I grew up watching all of his movies. I listened to all of his speeches and everything, and it's just like, so awesome. So, yeah, can you tell I'm pumped? I mean, whew, yeah. So that would be the most exciting one that I have yet to participate in. Okay, so the most exciting one that I have actually participated in, I would say the one in Panama in September 2022, when I finally won. Woohoo! Yep. So yeah, that was freezing cold. Freezing cold because I went there, and I live on the beach. I mean, this is the beach right down here. You can't really see it, but yeah. Yeah, it's pretty dark and gloomy right now. So yeah, so I drove up to the mountains, and it was freezing cold. Hello, Hyun Sung. Very good to meet you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so went up to Boquete. It was freezing cold. It was on top of the mountain, basically, and it was windy and it was rainy. Okay, so when it's rainy, you really don't want to get your tan wet, because you try to stay dry. You try to like not have armpit creases or butt line creases or nothing, because once you get a crease, once you get a line or a spot, it stays. And you can try to buff it out with like extra tanner, but oh man, it stays. Yeah. So anyways, I went there, super low body fat, because you have to be very low body fat in order to actually have your muscles show. Yeah. So I was already super low body fat, which means there's no cold insulation, if you will. Like okay, this is gonna sound really bad, like whale blubber. I feel like I got whale blubber sometimes. Like right now, don't look at my stomach. No. Yeah, so I head, no nothing to keep me warm. And I was standing in the tanning booth. And now tanning booth is just a tent and they spray you. Okay, so whenever you already know that whenever your skin is being sprayed, your skin is wet and it feels cold, right? Or cool. And since I was already in the cold and now my skin is all completely wet, and she said just stay there, and oh my god, she put like such a thick coat of tan on me. I guess I was really white or something. I mean, I try to go um, get some sun once or twice a week and just completely sunbathe and try to, but apparently I was very pale or something. But anyways, she laid on such a thick coat of tan that I was just standing there like a gummy bear. Oh, that rhymes. That's so funny. Standing there like a gummy bear. Wow. Okay, that's gonna be a meme now, right? So I was just standing there, and she's like, "Okay, just wait 10 minutes." So I'm just standing there, and so it's a stadium, right? So the wind is blowing in from all directions, and I'm just standing there like, I am not cold. I am not cold. I am not cold. I am whoosha. I'm good. I'm good. Because you can't move. You can't do anything. Because once you touch wet tan on wet tan, it looks bad. So I'm just like, I can do this. I can do this. Mental fortitude. Like I'm going through all of my whole. I have a Bikini Champion like YouTube music playlist. So I was going through those songs in my head, like, you got this, victorious, champion, strong, I'm just like standing there like, this is not miserable. Oh my God, it was so cold. But yeah, so I'm just standing there and I swear I stood there for like an hour. Probably not, but I mean, she checked on me every 10 minutes, and I swear she came back like 4 times. And every time she touched me, she's like, yeah, no, you need to stay there more. I'm just like, I am so cold. It's your fault. I'm kidding. Yeah, so I was just standing there, and I'm like, I got this. Okay, I'll just go through my walking routine through my head. I'll just go through that, and I'm mentally not in my body right now. I'm good, So already kind of mentally I was like shooken up and like, oh wow, shooken up. Shaken up? Shaken up. I was mentally shaken up, and it's like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I can compete. I'm cool. I'm good. I got this. And when it came time to compete, everything was in Spanish. And I'm learning Spanish, but oh my God, like the Spanish here, or maybe it's just native Spanish speakers. To me, because I'm like baby Spanish, little infant Spanish, everything just sounded like, it's just like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'll just stand here looking pretty, So I was just posing, and it's like, okay, I got this, I guess, I'll just, hopefully I don't look like a deer in headlights, and I did my routine, and I guess I did it a little bit too long, and they cut me off, and that kind of shook me up also, but when they called me back on stage, kind of did my quarter turns and everything, and comparison, and they're like, okay, in everything in Spanish, obviously, but yeah, I won open, and it's like, oh, wow, okay, cool. Man, I didn't win the overall, but I won my class. So, hey, it's a first step. So yeah, that was definitely the most exciting competition that I actually have done. But yes, looking forward to the Arnold, and oh man, I got this. But yeah, you always have to have a goal to strive for, so that way you have something to be excited to keep going, to keep working for. Oh man. So I know I totally went off on a tangent there, but yeah, so ta-da! So yeah, any other questions about bikini, about competitions, about food, working out, stress? All right. Well, thank you guys so much for a very fun, very fun talk. And I will see you next Monday for the weekly Monday Motivation Bikini Boost at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And also, I'm going to be teaching, if you're here in Panama, I'm going to be teaching another class at 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern, so that would be 5 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. So 8 a.m. will be salsa cardio because I love dancing. It's probably the most fun cardio out there, and you can definitely burn some calories, and you can turn that into HIIT also. If you do like normal time and then you just spice it up and do double time and try to like go as fast as you can, just like until you run out of breath, and then go back to single time until you catch your breath, and then go up again and double time, and just keep doing that, and that way you can turn fun salsa dancing into HIIT cardio. May not be the best for prepping for a competition, but it is perfect for lifestyle. It's sustainable. You can definitely do it anytime you want, and it's fun. So 8 o'clock will be salsa cardio dancing, and 8:30 will be strength training. This Friday, we will be doing a butt blaster series, 30 minutes only. So, all right, and that will be at PH Coronado Bay in Coronado, Panama. That's about an hour north, hour west north of Panama City. Yeah, and we're right on the beach, and it'll be down on the beachside pool, and it should be fun. All right, you guys. And so last week I did try to live stream it, but the stream kept ending. You probably saw that, so sorry. I'm not going to be live streaming it this time, but I will record it so that way you can watch it later. All right? So thanks for joining. I will talk to you guys later. And Jay, you are fantastic. Keep up the great questions. All right, love you. Mwah.